had to stop there for a second, but can I re-ask the question about types of language of the books that you use?
Yeah. Writing the language of the book was a huge part of it. Like, I know that, within the forum that I was on, there was, like, for example, like, a section for Hogsmeade, and there was subsections within each that was, like, every shop in Hogsmeade. There was, like, Ollivanders, you could go to the Hogshead or the Three Broomsticks, and, have a post where you're getting butterbeer with your friends, or, just anything. Like, that definitely was a huge part of it. And there was even, like, there was classrooms as well where, you could roleplay that you were in class, and then, obviously, like, the lingo comes in big time there, where you're practicing spells and casting spells, and there was a library of terminology, actually, on the site, in case you were ever, like, in need of something but didn't actually know off the top of your head. It was literally everything in the book that was ever mentioned. So, as far as, like, spells and just, like, different, wizarding terminology. So, yeah, the language was a huge part of it, and knowing it was definitely good, too. So, yeah.
Were there a lot of people that actually knew all the language?
There was a lot of people that did. I had to look back pretty frequently, or like, if my character was casting a spell, sometimes I'd have to double check, like, what it was, but, there was a lot of, like, crazy fanatics on there that definitely knew more than I did, and could just, knew everything.
Could you describe the craziest fanatic that you've run into?
It was hard to tell, because everyone, obviously, was kind of, you don't see the person behind the computer as much as you do their character, but, there was people that came on the site, and the whole point of it was to, like, personify your own character in Hogwarts, and there was people, that came in and wanted to be like Harry Potter themselves, and would create, like, Harry Potter, and, go throughout there, and that would probably be my biggest example of that. I don't really know. Like I said, it's difficult to see I don't feel like I've come off as the biggest fan, and I was definitely pretty big on those sites, so it was hard to tell, because you don't see who's behind the character, which is also kind of cool, though, but...
have you ever experienced any conflicts with people outside of the Harry Potter community?
Like about Harry Potter?
Well, if maybe somebody is stereotypical against you because you have a love for Harry Potter.
Oh, not really. It's, like I said, I'm not as, like, open and forward about, like, oh my god, like, I don't have a Harry Potter t-shirt, or I don't, I don't wear that kind of stuff, or, like, do that, but, I don't know, I'll defend it if people are, are like, that's really nerdy or whatever, like, I'm not a nerd, I like it, but I like it. I guess I am kind of a nerd for it, but that doesn't mean, like, it doesn't really categorize my group, I don't think, and, the biggest opposition I've ever found was just people talking about how it was, like, witchcraft, and, bad to read. I remember, especially when I was younger and I was first getting into it, I heard a lot of that from, like, teachers and, like, just people I knew, and I was just like, no, it's not. Like, this isn't going to make me want to go practice voodoo or witchcraft or something. Like, this just makes me feel like I'm in a different world, and I like it. So, that shouldn't be argued with. But.
Do you think there are a lot of people who have some sort of, like, secret love for Harry Potter, but are just afraid to show it?
I think so. It was such a big part of, like, culture. It still is. It's still so relevant, but, like, even when the movies and books were still coming out, like, everybody's read it, or at least seen the movies, and, like, if you don't like it, that's fine, that's your own opinion, but I feel like there's a lot of people there's something about it that everyone kind of latches on to, and, I think there's a lot of people that are closeted nerds as well, so, yeah.
What makes you say that Harry Potter is still relevant?
I think, everyone knows who Harry Potter is. It's not like, I don't know, it's still a phenomenon. The movies are always on TV, like, the books are still huge. I hear people that are just now, like, reading the books, and I'm like, where have you been? Like, these came out forever ago, but it's it's still just, like, a trending topic, and I think people are still talking about it, and like, spreading it around. Like, the people that are just now reading the books, maybe they, weren't as surrounded with the culture as they were, like, say, you didn't read them in high school, but you get to college and you meet somebody who's really passionate about it, like, maybe that's reason to do it, and it's like, then you find something you love and you never knew. So, yeah, I think it's still really relevant. I think I don't know so much, like I was talking about role-playing earlier, I don't know if it's that big anymore, but it's still here, it's still there, and Harry Potter will always be here, and Pottermore, the website, is, I'm actually not on it, but I've heard a lot of buzz about it, that it's like kind of that basis for like everybody like me that, which I don't know why I'm on it, speaking of, but I'm not on it, but it's like the basis for everyone that still wants to talk about it and wants it to be relevant, and like it's just a fan site for everybody else who, you know, it still feels like it was.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, no problem.